Okay, so today we are going to go over washing our human hair wigs. The very first thing that we're going to do before we wash our wigs is we are going to detangle them. So I'm just using an unbrush. You can use whatever brush that you have. And we're starting from the bottoms. We're being very gentle because we don't want to create any tension on the lace. So we're being very gentle. And I am literally going to sit here and comb this out until it is tangled free. Okay, this is really important because we want to maintain the integrity not only of the hair, but of the lace that the hair is connected to. And we don't want to be over pulling when we're trying to detangle, especially afterwards when the hair is wet, because it's in even more of a fragile state. So I'm just taking my time and making sure that every single strand of hair is detangled. Okay, so I should be able to go now from root to end without any tangles. I still have a little one back and through here. Let me just get in there a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so once your wig is fully detangled, we are going to turn on the water. We don't want to be using a hot water for our wigs. We actually want to be using a cooler water or room temperature water. Nothing more than room temperature. Cooler the better. Okay. So I'm holding my wig with my hand underneath it and my thumb on top. I'm happening to hold it just where my part is because that's just an easy hold for me. And I'm going to start by getting the water at the top. What's going to happen is naturally the water is just going to flow down and help me get the rest of my wig wet. This is why I like to hold it up high and start at the top, because it's just going to work its way down. So that's starting to get a little too warm for me. So I'm just going to make sure I keep it nice and cool. And then I've flipped the wig over and I'm working on the inside now of my wig. Now you'll be at home doing this, so you're not going to have a sink like this to stand behind. So in place of that, you're going to use your kitchen sink, your bathtub, your shower, your sink in your bathroom. It doesn't matter what. The same thing is going to apply. So you're always going to be above, holding the wig and saturating. Okay. Once the wig is fully wet, that's when we're going to move into our shampoo. So a few key things to take note of. When we are picking a shampoo, we want to make sure that it's the right shampoo for our wig. So if you have professional shampoo, I would like you to use professional shampoo. It's going to do more of what it needs to do for us. So I am starting with a Solu shampoo, which is our really light clarifying shampoo. I'm putting my hand right back to where it was underneath in the inside cap with just my thumb on the top. And I'm just really softly working my hands through the top of my wig. Okay. If you have been at, say, a campfire, or you have been cooking in your wig and the smell kind of won't go away, then you do want to make sure that you're focusing and also getting the ends of your wig. But naturally, what's going to happen is all of this soap, I just kind of emulsify down. It's cleansing my ends as well, okay? Because it's all going to fall down. I'm not looking for a huge lather here because I'm just using a clarifying shampoo. I'm just trying to cleanse the hair. So I'm taking little bits at a time. I'm not overdoing it with where I'm putting it because it doesn't need it the same way that our hair does. Our hair produces natural oils. The wigs aren't going to do that. So I'm just working my way through the wig and always going back to placing my hand on the top. This is really going to help with detangles. so that I know all of my hair is still going the right way. If you sweat a lot in your wig, or if you're a sweater, your head sweat, you do want to make sure you flip your wig inside out and the shampoo is already there, and you want to just make sure that you are ever so softly washing the inside of your wig as well. Okay, so once we have shampoo everywhere and we know that she is nice and thoroughly cleaned, we are going to rinse it out. Depending on how dirty she is will determine on how many shampoos you're going to do. So if you are a head sweater or you get really hot, you're gonna want to wash this wig twice with shampoo. My second shampoo, I wouldn't necessarily need to use a clarifying shampoo. I would swap over to something a little bit more hydrating or moisturizing. But this is pretty clean. I did just wash it, so I don't need to add in a second shampoo. But what I do need to do is I need to let all of these shampoo bubbles go down my sink. Okay, so if I'm in the bathtub, I'm turning the bathtub off like I just did this, and then I'm turning it back on with my wig not in the way, and I'm making sure all of those soap bubbles have gone down my drain, because I need to make sure that I have really thoroughly cleaned this wig and rinsed it. I don't want any residue, any shampoo buildup left on my wig. So I need to make sure that when I think it's all gone, I'm eliminating all of those bubbles so that I can see what's happening after. So I'm coming back now that I've got all those bubbles gone, and I'm doing one more rinse through. Okay. Now I'm still seeing some bubbles in mine, so I need to just give it a little more time, making sure that there is no shampoo residue left. We don't want any shampoo residue. We don't want any product residue left in our wigs. We want to care for them as gently as possible. Now I did wash in here, so I am just going to make sure that I am rinsing this part off as well. Okay. Where my thumb was, I didn't get a thorough rinse. So I'm going to go back in with my thumb off the wig, and I'm just going to make sure that I've gotten her nice and rinsed out. And now we're looking a little bit more clear in my sink, so I know that I'm ready to move on to conditioner. If I was washing again, I would do my second shampoo now with a moisturizing or hydrating shampoo, but I'm going to go into conditioner. So again, very important what conditioner we're choosing. I like to think our hair, our wig hair, all it needs is moisture. Okay, it needs moisture. Just think moisture. Oils, a moisturizing cream that we're putting on our body. We want our hair to feel like that. Okay, we also don't really need conditioner up here on the lace. It can affect the wear and tear of our wigs, because the hair that has been stitched on here by hand actually has the potential to loosen up and remove itself. So we want to focus on our ends. So I use the oil conditioner. It is super moisturizing. This already feels amazing. And as you can see, I can literally comb through it with my hands. This is what we want. We want to be able to comb through it. If you cannot comb through it, then I want you to grab your brush again, and I want you to brush very gently your conditioner through the wig. But as we can see, this is beautiful. So once the conditioner's on, if you're really needing a good detangling, you could put the conditioner on, let it sit in your sink for about 5 minutes, and then come through again and use your fingers to make sure that you've gotten it all the way through exactly where you need it. And that should help getting rid of some tangles. I don't need it to sit on too long because, again, as we can see, it's super detangled on its own. If it's not super detangled on its own, it's likely that you just didn't detangle it properly before we washed it. That, or, I mean, some hair is just a little bit more tangly the longer that it gets, but This one's quite long, and as we can see, I mean, it's great. So, okay, so the key when rinsing our wigs is exactly how we did with shampoo, we have to do with conditioner. We don't want anything left in this wig. You will feel it. Your hair will not feel amazing. You have to double, triple rinse. When you think you're done rinsing and you've let those bubbles go down and you're back to a clean surface, do it again. Do it again. So I still have conditioner on my hand. I can feel it. So I'm going to make sure I've gotten all of that conditioner off my hand as well, because my hand was inside my wig. If I didn't do that, I would be left with a little bit of conditioner residue there. And that's not the goal. So same position with my hand. Okay. And I'm just turning my wig from side to side. Again, if you're using a shower hose, you're going to do it exactly like this. If you're using your kitchen sink or your bathroom sink, you will be working more on a flat level. You won't have as much room to hold the wig up unless you have a short wig, which would work beautifully. So we just keep making sure we're letting all of the water drain out. We're letting all of those soap little bubbles get away. And then we're triple checking. This is the step that everybody misses. And it's the most important step. Okay, so I'm looking pretty good. I think I'm just going to give it an extra minute. Again, I don't wash mine very often. So when I do wash them, I want to make sure they're as clean can be. Squeaky clean. Okay, I think we're good. So she is already detangled, okay? Because of the conditioner, I can still get my hands all the way through her. I have not put her at the bottom of my sink and tried to wash her into a ball. I have been very cautious and very intentional about holding my wig up, okay? So she is detangled already. If she wasn't, I would just grab my brush again and I would ever so slightly detangle until she has all of those knots out, which she doesn't have any. And then I am holding still up and I am going to remove as much of the excess water as I can before I put her in a towel. Okay, so there's lots of water coming out. And once I have her wringed out, I can fold her in half because she is quite long. Okay, I am going to grab a towel. Okay, so I have my towel and I am going to grab my towel, grab the bottom of my towel, and I'm just going to fold the wig up in my towel. And you are done the wash. From here, this is a human hair wig, so I can decide how I would like to blow dry her. So I'm just simply using my towel and absorbing as much of the water as I can before I start the blow dry. Okay, if you're choosing not to blow dry your wig, you just want to make sure that she is on a plastic stand, nothing with fabric that can make the water stay. We want to make sure that we never leave our wigs wet on fabric, let's say. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put her on our plastic stand and I will decide from there how I'm going to let her dry. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about washing your human hair wigs, please put them in the comment below and I will make sure to address it in another video. Okay, thanks.